Hey guys, welcome back. 5-Hour Show. Raymond here. Let's get started. Okay, so today we have two air raids. That's right. I chose the two worst air raids I had. The first one was the worst one that we experimented on. And so today we're going to be disassembling these two air raids at the same time. Now you guys are saying, what is your obsession with the Aerialbot air raid? It's not that I'm obsessed with the air raid, it's that I'm obsessed with my vision of what this toy represents. The F-15, in the first series of the Transformers, the F-15 represented Starscream, Thundercracker, and Skywarp. And so Hasbro, they dropped the ball, man. They could have made Combiner Seeker jets. But they were so busy making new characters over and over and over just to sell us toys that they didn't see that aspect. And so for me, I want that to become a reality. That's what I want to come true. So today we're just going to disassemble these two air raids. And I've learned enough about them that I think it should be an easy process. Hopefully it should be an easy process. And we have to disassemble them before we can cut them up. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, first of all, well, unceremoniously, once again, we are going to remove the stickers. Thank you, stickers, for 40 years of value and play fun. It's sometimes you feel bad because the sticker is in such good shape. It's like, wow. Just like that, Raymond. Just like that. And one other thing, guys. If you don't crack a few eggs, how do you expect to make an omelet? Okay, so there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this one has it on the side here, but there's nothing on the back. No. Okay. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we're ready to go. Let's get started. Let's disassemble these all at the same time, at the same locations. Okay. So we will start with you know what, let's just start with the feet. Okay, we'll deal with it in a bit. And remove the chest piece. I believe this is a very long one. And I was right. That's a very long one. It goes through. And then, yeah, you can. Remove the wings. Yeah, let me push this out. There you go. Okay, so there's that. And then this one here alone, you simply just, I believe you pop it up and you disconnect it. And then here, which we really don't even have to do this here, but I don't mind. But it really has no meaning, except maybe washing the pieces and putting that centerpiece in. So there goes that section there. These sections over here. The die cast comes right out. The long screw. And then here you have the center screws. If I'm not mistaken, I believe these were quite a bit long as well. No, these are not. Okay, I was wrong. And that's another thing, fellas. I do this so that you guys will learn from my mistakes. And honestly, I don't mind destroying toys sometimes because it's kind of fun for me, disassembling stuff. Not because I'm destructive, but because I think I have that curiosity of how was this made. Okay, so before we can pop this out, we have to disassemble it. So one of the things that you have to do is remove this screw here. But also, I forgot, you have to snap this. You snap the glue off and you remove it. That's it. See? Don't be afraid. That's probably why some of your Airraids in the US have missing nose cones. Then once you do this, oh, that's right. Somebody might have put they might have had glue in there. Yeah, see. So it does want to split apart, but there seems to be some glue. And then we'll just give it a nudge. Uh-oh. All right, hold on. Let me flip this one around. Okay, well that one was glued really properly, so that's fine. Okay, and then we remove the cockpit area, and we pop this up. That one's really jammed in there. Okay, here we go. And we take that part out. Okay, the other thing is that so we've disassembled all those parts, including the rear. And we're going to have to take out the wheels. I don't see a need for removing this wheel. The only reason I would remove it is if I was going to paint it, but since seeing how there's no need to paint it, and the only thing we need to do is to clean that metal piece, and we have a way of cleaning it so we can make it look nice and new. But these, however, these must come out. Okay, they have to come out, and we've taken them out before. Here, we'll have to squeeze the wing out so that we can pop the pins for the wings. Okay, so those are going to be the hardest parts there. But enough with that there. Let's get on to the other one. I'm going to use the longer one with the grip. Might feel a little better than the little tiny one. It's one. Two. Three. Okay, and then we have to take out this one here. One more thing, and I forgot to mention that. It doesn't matter because you can't, it doesn't have a screw or anything. So you can leave them alone, or just leave them alone for the moment until we need to adjust them or whatever. So I'd rather not mess with them until I have to. Okay, and then here's those arms. And yes, with this you can pop that little ball joint off. That's not a problem. But we'll leave him alone for the moment. And then the nose. We'll put there for now. And then we have to snap this. Some are really tight though. So it's very strange. But we'll... Okay, so that glue in there is really strong. So I don't know what it is, or maybe it's just original glue and nobody messed with it. But we'll put some alcohol on that. And we'll let it sit for a bit. Okay, and so that's for the most part the disassembly of the air raids. However, we still have a small matter of the wings and the wheels on the rear. So that's where this piece comes back in. We will use a little bit of our Kude, which once again is our WD-40 type from Japan. Kude 556. It's kind of like WD-40. And then we have our little tools here. Here's our hammer and our pin, our safety punch. And then we'll start with the wheels because I think that's going to be the easiest part. And once again, I will try to bring you in closer so you can see what I am doing. Hopefully this will work. Okay, yeah, that's a lot. I'm running low. Got to get some more. And so, you know what? That's... Was it this one? There's a few different sized holes. So, I don't know if... Again, guys, the goal is to not break the... What the heck is that? That's interesting. It looks like the wheel is messed up already. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go with the ice pick first. Yep. Cross hatching. Okay, up with the next one. And the good thing is it's more or less okay. It's not messed up, and you can see a little bit of the white from the sunburn. Of course, that should be what it is. So, okay, let's tap this a little more. I don't know if you guys can see it. There's a small crack. Shoot. Oh well. Once again, we're gonna have to whiten this piece, and then we're gonna have to glue that. It's not bad, but it is there. So yeah, okay. But at least we got the wheels out. On to the next one. Okay, and before we take out the second set of wheels, let's douse these with WD-40. Should soften up our pins. It's getting everywhere too. Okay. All right, and let's get started with this. Again, you got to be very careful that that punch is really strong for this section. But let's see if I can just start with that. Make sure it's not on the plastic. Make sure that your pin pointed right into the little piece of metal. It's okay. Okay, let's see one more time with the there it is. It popped out. Got it. And that's really rusted. And it came out, and oh, yes. Cool. There you go. Okay, so now the easiest part. This one, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, is not super easy, but it's not super difficult. It's just a pain in the ass. And that is the very truth. This rear section is a pain in the ass, and we still have to take that cone out. So okay, so let's see. And if I remember correctly, it is from the top section that you have to remove it. You got to push it down. Remember, if you're assembling this toy and the wing is covering that section of the pipeline, so obviously they're going to put the rivet, they would have put the rivet through the opened end, so that means that the cross hatching would probably be here, and that's what we got to tap out. And these are specifically scary because you don't want to break the wing, but you got to take that pin out. Okay, and so I am going to first try with this method. May not have to, but inspect that I don't break it. Okay, I see the other end. As you can see it here. My finger's in the way, guys, but it's right there. See that little shiny dot? That's the pin. Why did I close my eyes? I guess if I crack it, I didn't want to see it. Okay, so now let's see if we can't just put this in there. Yeah, there you go. So now it's going to be tricky, guys. It is going to be tricky. Oh. Wait a minute. That's strange. Okay. Maybe the cross hatching is on the other end. That does make sense, but it doesn't. And there we go, guys. So I guess the cross hatching is on this end. Now right here, simply you could just pull it out. Okay? No need for the safety punch. And booyah. There we go. One more to go. And I don't know if this will be different or the same, so we'll have to see. You know what? It's very awkward to hold on to, but oh, nice. Just trying not to go too deep. And you know what? I'm going to pull it out before I bang it back in. There we go. That's one. Last one to go. It's very strange, guys. Oh, there you go. That's even better, actually. So there we go. Okay, maybe just a little more. Just a little more. Just a little higher. Just a little higher. But you know what? It's not wanting the ice pick is. I need a thinner type. Oh, there we go. Got it. There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so there we are. Again, with this part, you can just pop it out, really, and for some reason, this one, you see? But you don't want to pop them out, at least not yet, until you throw this in the hydrogen peroxide, because these are probably just as easier to lose than these tiny Airraid wheels. And once again, I wouldn't say this is 100% disassembly, because we're not taking this wheel out, but that's the thing, we don't have to. The wheel is black, the landing gear is black. I'm not going to paint that part. I'll just polish it, clean it, and shine that section up real nice. I could if I wanted to pull it out, but I don't have to. That's the beauty part. Once again, with that arm, you may not want to pull them out. You don't want to lose those if you don't have to, and that's fine by me, at least until we put these into hydrogen peroxide. There's the head, and as I mentioned before, with this section of the chest, with this section of the chest and the legs, the part we're going to be modifying is going to be so the part we're going to modify is going to be right here and on the other end. And so when we drill that hole, and we're going to drill into here, and then we open this cap, it has nothing in there, you open that cap, that's the little cap that is going to hold our mechanism so that we can flip the wing for Skywarp, Thundercracker, and Starscream's transformations. And so again, you can, if you want to. I don't need to, but that's fine. And then, one more thing before we finish. We need to, I don't know what happened here. This glue, somebody may have glued it so strongly that it does not want to snap off. But I don't want to break it. I just want to snap it. And so here's our nose. And once again, it's kind of weird too. It looks like it's upside down, but it's not. If you put it the other way, it looks very strange. And so I'm gonna hold the nose and then the cockpit and try to snap it off like the other one, but it's not working. It really doesn't want to come out. That's strange. Okay. I must have snapped one side of it out, but the other side is in there. Okay, so there's this piece with the landing gear. See, this landing gear here is nice shape. Just got to shine up that little piece. But this, wow, look at that. This is really glued in there. So you know what? Okay, so I'll leave this. Well, I want to disassemble it as much as I can. So, but I don't want to break it either. I broke it. Oh man, I broke it. Alright, but you know what? I think we can fix it. Okay, so look. Shoot. That piece was really glued into it. It's a little square block. Okay? It's a little square block. But this is going to... Shoot. Okay, so we'll just have to drill a hole in through the middle of the block and put like a metal pin and then just re-glue it. Damn it. Yeah, that piece was really glued in there. So yeah, here you go. Okay, so you'll have to be careful before you put this, you try to snap this out. It might be a good idea to douse it with some alcohol, or maybe some lighter fluid, or a WD-40 type. Let it sit before you snap it off. It's worked 3 times for me. This is the first time the nose has snapped off, and that's because, and I knew I shouldn't have, but I did. But that's because the little block was really glued in there. That's very strange. So for now, I'll leave it in there, and I know that when it comes time to assemble it, I'll have to drill through it. I'll have to put it together, drill through that whole section, and then make sure that I put a pin of some sort of like the pin for the wing. I have to put some kind of a smaller, maybe like a staple, a paper clip type, and put it in so it'll hold it in place so we don't have a broken one. But anyway, and I mean, I have a spare 1 or 2, so it doesn't matter, but we'll have to replace it, or we'll do something. We'll have to fix that. But, oops, flying parts everywhere. Give me a second to clean up, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, and here we are, all cleaned up, nice and neat, pretty little pieces of plastic and screws and metal everywhere. Okay, so here's the thing. So when you look at it, there are actually, of course, 2 air raids. So let's count the pieces of plastic, and we'll see what we got. So if you divide down the middle here, we'll start from there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That landing gear counts as 2. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22 pieces of plastic for air raid. 22 pieces of plastic for Airraid, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 screws, and 1, 2, 3. So you've got the 9 screws and 3. So that's 3 pins. So 9 screws, 5 pins. That's what it is. 2 pins for the wings, 3 pins or rivets, whatever they are, for the landing gear. And then you've got the 9 screws for the toy itself. And then, of course, you've got its one little nice piece of die cast metal. So this is what it takes, guys, to disassemble an air raid. It took me a few days on the first one, the experimental one, because I didn't know what I was going to do. Now it's taken me to disassemble these 2 air raids today, maybe 35-40 minutes, but that's what it takes. In real life, it may take you about an hour or 2 if you're very careful, if you're slow. Me, having a little bit of more experience disassembling this guy, have learned a few tricks like punching out the wheels. And again, I could if I wanted to on those, but I don't have to. The landing gear, same color, doesn't matter. This, you can pull these out, but I don't want to lose them, so I know that counts as 2 parts, but there they are. And before we throw them in the oxygen peroxide, we will pull out that black part. Everything is there in its glorious used condition. The yellowing is ridiculous. You can see the yellowing. So it's so bad. And that's the thing. So what was Hasbro thinking with Airraid as opposed to the Stunticons, which have less parts? I don't know. But it wasn't Hasbro. Remember, guys, this is a toy made by Takara. So Takara was the one that said, okay, it has to have this many pieces of plastic, it has to have this many screws, this many, just to make the toy look the way it does. And for an F-15 toy, I'm guessing Starscream, Thundercracker, Skywarp have probably way many more pieces, but I don't know that yet. I'm just guessing, but I don't know. Air Raid here had just one little gun. That's the difference between the Stunticons and the Aerialbots. The Aerialbots had just one little gun. They didn't have that huge double barrel cannon with a connector. So the Protectobots also had certain weapons, but the Aerialbots were the one group that didn't have massive amounts of weapons. They didn't have Brawl's double cannon on the back, or the twin cannons that go on the side of Vortex, or Blastoff's double blasters on the side of the wings. These guys only came with one little handgun. That was it. Probably because of the amount of plastic that went into the toy. So my guess is Takara goes by weight, because I know they do that. They probably go by weight of plastic. This is how much plastic we need to make for each toy, and this is how much we need to sell it for. It doesn't matter where the plastic is, appropriated, or where it's going, as long as it has this amount of plastic. Even the metal, I'm confused because Stunticons only had the 4, but those Stunticon wheels, those rims, those rivets were pretty big. So again, it may have to do with weight and not necessarily parts. So those are my thoughts on the Scramble City Transformer Combiners, which is what they're known as here in Japan. And you guys know that this is a Japanese air raid because I bought it here in Japan. There's nothing, So, that does it for today's 5-hour show. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed breaking it or disassembling it and learning from my mistakes. That one was truly glued in there. I didn't think it would be glued in that tough, but it was. So, but anyway, that does it for today. Thank you for watching. If you haven't yet, please consider subscribing to the channel. It'll help us grow. For some reason, I can't get to 1,000 subscribers, which is unheard of. But I just found out about the premiere button when you schedule a video. I did not know that, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm busy doing this. I have to. And Blender, Photoshop, the YouTube, oh my goodness. The modern era is just full of stuff you need to know. But anyway, this is retro old school, and I love seeing stuff disassembled to learn from it, to see, hey, I can do this, I can do that. And I hope you guys now know that you need this is a 2mm, and the number is in there somewhere. It keeps hiding, but it's a 2mm safety punch. Okay, this is a punch, and it packs a wallop. Okay, it packs a wallop. Okay, so you need to be careful, and then you need to get a tiny little hammer that helps. I got this at Dice a long time ago. Of course, an ice pick has been very useful lately, and I can see it's getting pretty dull, but that's fine. A flathead. I found my smaller flathead rather than my larger flathead. Okay, so you need to get these tools, and that way you can start disassembling your own combiners the way I have been showing you. So once again, with that, I ask you to please consider subscribing to the channel, share, like, comment, let us know what you think, and God bless you in the name of the Father, the Holy Son, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I will gladly see you guys on the next episode of the 5-Hour Show. Take care, guys.